Hello, everyone. Here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Genesee, New York. Our Rags to Riches series here. We're going into I think this is our 4th week here, right, Evan? I think that's what it is. For those who caught last week's episodes, I think we had a pretty good week here last week. Started off buying some equipment here. Our very first piece of equipment, of course, was the truck here. We followed that up with the tractor and planter over here. Then we also bought a weeder, and then finally this useless thing over here, a seed tender. Now, I say useless thing, it's not really probably the seed tender's fault, it's the planter's fault over there or something. Yeah, the seed tender will not fill the planter for some reason. I don't know why that is. I didn't really get that sorted out in between episodes either. That one, actually from last week to this week, still hasn't been sorted yet. I kind of gave up on that. It's like, oh well, whatever. So we'll have to maybe figure that out here at some point. Anyway, today everyone, we got a couple more contracts already on deck waiting for us here. I took these here in between episodes. We got a fertilizing contract and a weeding contract, all of which I apparently did not take any equipment for. Might have been a slight oversight on my part. We'll have to see once here. So anyway, if we're going to do some fertilizing, we need a fertilizer spreader. And I probably should have thought about this, because ideally, when it comes to the fertilizer here, I'd like to probably go self-propelled here, but I don't think we're quite in the financial position to be doing that here just as of yet. Going with a nice, like the John Deere 4940. Can we get the combinations for that? There should be, there's a dry box for that. 32 meters, holds no, that's its weight. There, holds 19,000, okay, 19,000 liters. Also a 120-foot boom for that. Wow, that looks like a really small tank. Like a really small tank for that, but anyway. So yeah, that's probably what I would preferably like to go with. Actually, how much is that? So basically 200 for that, and okay, so about 250,000. Yeah, I probably should have waited just a little bit, because for now, what I'm going to have to do, you know what I could do is I could just lease one. We could lease one. That wouldn't probably be so bad for now. Been cheaper just to probably borrow the equipment for that one. 9,000, 18.3 meters. A little bit smaller one. Might be kind of nice checking that one out. Of course, we've got the great big one there. That one's tempting, but given what we're doing, I think we'll hold off on that one for now. We could obviously go with something real cheap, like, 42 meters. Does that do 42 meters on fertilizer? This is what it says it does. How much does it cost to lease this thing? It cost about $1,200. That's not too bad. I might just try that. Actually, let's go see one. How big a field is this here we're doing? 33,000. Okay, so it's probably a fairly good sized field. Field 19. Yeah, we're probably going to want a bigger one for that, I think. Okay. Yeah, probably should go larger. I don't know if that would have enough fertilizer to actually, make the entire field. It'd be kind of annoying to have to, part way through, go back and get some more fertilizer. Porsche one, that's a relatively good one. I'm kind of leaning towards this one, though. One, not the widest spread width. Of course, that might be the spread width, too, for the lime. I see it does both lime and fertilizer, so 35,000. Yeah, I think let's go with that one. Okay, and I think we're going to throw... Well, should we throw the Fent on that? Because we also got a weeding contract, Evan. And I figured for the weeding contract, we're going to need another tractor here. So that's kind of my goal here this episode. We got the spreader. Now we need a tractor. Either a tractor for the spreader or a tractor for the weeder. I'm either way, I guess. Let's maybe do a little shopping. We got about $200,000 to work with here. So let's take a look here, see what we got. A Vultra, huh? Yeah, I don't see, as far as tractor brands, everyone, I can't say I've ever seen a Vultra tractor around here. We've seen some Fence and some of the Deutz and, the JCB tractors and, let's see what else do we got here? Oh, of course, the Kloss tractors. Never seen a Vultra. Never seen one of those. Massey Ferguson's, yep, seen those. Zetor. Seems like I have possibly seen some older Zetors, Evan. But yeah, Landini. Might even seen some Lamdinis. Don't think I've ever seen a McCormick. At least anything newer anyway. There might be some really old. When I say really old, I'm talking 100-year-old. Okay, maybe not quite that old, but yeah, some really old McCormicks. Vultras, nope, never seen that. Kloss, yep. Oh, let's see what's here. What do we got? Good old older John Deeres here. Some 30 series. I think the 30 series had some issues, though, if I remember correctly, Evan. Oh, these look like high crops. Wow. Yep, there you go, Evan. The good old high crop tractors. Always looked a little weird there, if you ask me. Got like the gearbox system there, so you get the axle a little bit lower. Yeah, well, I always thought that was a weird setup. Obviously, probably corn, spraying, that type of setup on where you need a tractor that can get up above the crop. That's the idea behind that one. Oh, let's see. What shall we get? A couple of, yeah, we don't think we need nothing that big for a spreader or for the weeder. Something like about the 7R size. John Deere 8030, huh? Ooh. It might get a little expensive, though. That might be the only problem, Evan. 8030 ILS versus 8030. Forget what the ILS is again. Independent. Oh, that's the independent link suspension, I bet. This one does not. Yep, okay. Yeah, this one does not have the an independent link suspension. It's so common, I mean, I don't even think about that anymore. I think that's pretty much where all tractors come, right? But back in the day, for those of you not familiar with this here, if you look at this front axle, and it might not be the easiest to see, but the front axle is one piece all the way from one tire to the next, Evan, and it pivots here in the middle. With the ILS tractor here, it pivots individually. So this tire can go up by itself without affecting this tire. It pivots basically right on the side of the motor there. So it pivots right there. Same thing with the side of that one. It pivots just alongside the motor. Rather than a single piece going all the way across and pivoting in the middle. So, if this tire goes down, this one has to go up. With this one can go down or up, and this one can stay wherever it's at. Obviously, supposed to result in a much, much smoother ride. So I think that's a good contender right there. I'm a John Deere 8030. I don't think we have enough money to afford any of those, unfortunately. As nice as that would maybe be. Well, let's see what we can get one of these here for. First things first, though. No, that's not the tires. Where's the tires? I want some nice, good American tires on here, though. Sugarcane. Wow. Rear twins. Nope. Oh, sure. Okay, it just has the wider width. That's what that is, Evan. So, no, that doesn't look too good, Evan. I'm thinking these are all European nonsense here. Yep. Okay, never mind. Not interested in that one anymore. Moving on. I think we're going to have to go back down to the smaller tractors, Evan. I'm not seeing a whole lot we're going to be able to afford here in this category, unfortunately. Fine. Back down to the medium tractors. Being we're doing, custom work, Evan, I'm trying to get something a little bit newer than maybe the John Deere 47, 48, those size tractors. Ooh, we could go a Kubota. 200 horsepower. Maybe we should have waited just a little bit longer on this one too, Evan. Apparently 200,000 is not going to give us as large a tractor as I was hoping for here. There we go. Put some rear twins on it. That looks pretty good. 3-point. Let's just go. Can we go front weight? Go backwards here. There we go. 400 kilograms of front weight. Front loader, no. I think we're good with that. GPS, we definitely want that. How much is this going to be? Ooh. We're getting up there. We are getting up there. Wheel brand. Can we max this out? Yeah, 201. There we go. That made 201. Let's go with that one. I think that'll be good. Good choice here for now. Except we cannot afford that. Okay. We are so close. Take the front weight off. There we go. Now we can afford it, that one. Except we need to buy fertilizer, which I think I have some already. So hopefully we're good. Oh boy. We got $135 left to our name here. Oh yeah, I think I've got plenty of fertilizer. Well, okay, maybe not. There's only 3 things of fertilizer over there. 2 things, looks like. I thought I had a bunch of fertilizer here. I guess not, everyone. Might have to finish the weeding contract first so I can make the money off that one so we can actually buy some fertilizer here. Oh, now that begs the question, should I put this tractor on this one or should I put this tractor on the hoe? But when I say the hoe, I mean the weeder. think we'll put the Fent on the weeder, probably. I guess worst case, I could maybe borrow a little bit of money just so we can buy some more fertilizer. That might not actually be a bad idea, because I think we're going to need more fertilizer than this. Let's just borrow, I don't know, like, that's the wrong one. Go back to this one here. Borrow maybe $5,000 or something like that. That should be enough fertilizer to get us by here. Solid fertilizer, big bag. Well, maybe that'll be enough to get us by. That's going to be, can we get 3? Nope, not quite. 2 it is. It's the right one, right? I think so. Yeah. We'll fill those up, and hopefully that's enough fertilizer, Evan, to finish this field. I would think it would be. Nice thing about this, too, Evan, now that we actually own this spreader, once we're done, I don't have to, like, take this back to the shop to, well, probably still want to take it back to the shop, but I don't have to take it back to the shop to unload it. Once we're done with the contract, I can just be done with the contract. And then we'll worry about taking it back later if I want to. Okay, 43%. Hopefully that's enough, Evan, because if not, I think that's all I got. Okay, we're going to get you headed out to, let's double check that field number here again a minute. Field 19. The other one's field 13. Okay. Off you go. And then we'll put the Fent on the weeder here. We'll head over to field 13 for that one. You know, we should have no problem picking up this weeder here with this tractor. I don't know if the Kubota there would handle it or not. I would think it would, but it does seem like an awful lot of weight on the back of that tractor. Even this tractor, for that matter. I mean, my goodness. A lot of iron hanging off there. One of the other big things you'll notice about some of the European versus the American style equipment, and I know we've talked about that a fair amount on this channel, in the American style versus European, but the Europeans definitely seem to like their 3-point hookups. A hookup style that's probably not used super commonly here in America. It is used for planters and stuff, and though it's usually more of a 2-point hookup at that point rather than a full 3-point. But yeah, a lot of the larger equipment, again, the planters may be a little bit of an exception to that, but most of your larger equipment, is this the field, really? Field 13 weeding, that's what it says, Evan. I mean, okay, I guess. Weeds growing, oh, yeah, it says weeder. We could technically get away with an actual weeder. That's what I was talking about here last episode and the episode before, Evan, when we were talking about the weeder versus the hoe here. So the game will tell you which one you need to use, and in this case, Evan, it's telling you we can use a weeder, which is the lesser version of this one, I guess you could say. The weeder does small weeds. The hoe does medium and small weeds, and this is the hoe style right here. So this does the, oh boy. You know what? I think I'm going to put this on course play, Evan, because I am not going to be able to tell in the least where I have, and it's also telling me I don't have access. I'm on the right field, right? Never mind, I am not on the right field. Whoops. Okay. Maybe if I actually go to the right field, maybe then I can tell the difference. That one, I was going to say. Can't tell the difference here with this one. I'm looking at the map, and it's blinking 13 right there, but apparently the 13... Yep, this is actually field 14. Okay, there we go. And now we can actually tell the difference. You can actually see the weeds here in this field. Okay, much better. I was going to say, otherwise, there's no way I'm going to be able to tell the difference where the weeds are. Speaking of weeds, by the way, let's actually get out and check this one. Okay, so same story with this field, Evan. We can still use a weeder with this one as well. I don't quite understand the difference there, though, Evan. If you remember, was it field 19, I think it was, we were working on here last episode. It also said weeds small. But that one, it said we needed a hoe for. This one also weeds small, but this one we can use a weeder for. I don't quite understand that one, but okay, whatever. Giant's logic, that one. Quite impressive, right? I'd have to say, you know, the Giants' logic is about the same as logic that comes out of that big white dome thing that's supposed to be called the Capitol here. Yep. Where all the supposed great thinkers are. Yeah. Giants' logic and that's about the same level, I would say, everyone. And that form of logic, if you ask me, I'm pretty sure there's probably a manure tank over here. In fact, yeah, there we go. And that logic probably belongs. Yeah, that looks like a good spot to store it right there. Wow, that is a huge manure tank. Yep, good place for that logic, everyone. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Back to work, everyone. Back to work. Speaking of work, by the way, let's we'll finish the first pass ourselves here. Then we'll look about getting some GPS set up here. Speaking of GPS, I should have just like recorded an A/B line with this here. Then we would have had in theory, a perfect straight line for this. Reminder, by the way, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, once you are subscribed, and or if you're already subscribed, make sure you turn on your notifications as well. That way you get notified when the latest, greatest RDAllen video goes live. And if you're maybe a little bit newer to the channel here, by the way, we typically do the farming videos during the week, so Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, Evan, we do kind of the real-life videos. So for those you want to see what's going on in real life, Evan, check those out, like I said, Saturday and Sunday. Just getting into the spring months here, so there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff necessarily going on during the winter months here as far as real life goes. But, yeah, now that the weather's starting to warm up, hopefully the projects will start warming up here as well. Yeah, it's still going to be really hard to see where you have and haven't weeded, everyone. Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that. Actually, looking back at it, it's actually a little bit easier than I thought it would be. This apparently is not using the precision farming, you know, the spot weeding here like you get with that. I mean, apparently this is just the entire field is covered with weeds. Wow, what does this tractor have? A turning circle of a football field? My goodness. Would have thought of on the Fendt tractor here being more European, have a little bit tighter turning radius because they're always saying you know how tight the quarters are over there when it comes to the roads and fields and all this good stuff. But then again, this is a larger tractor, Fendt 1042. Don't know how many European farmers are using a tractor this size. See if we can not hit the map boundary there. Apparently that's the way the map author here decided to end this map. I haven't just, well, bam, it's done. Nothing there. Oh, that's the way some maps are. Some maps, obviously, the map author tries to hide a little more, maybe put up a couple rows of trees or make the map actually continue a little bit with some fake hills and stuff before it kind of peters off on the other side of a hill and you can't actually really see it. Nope, this map author, I think this is the side we can walk right up to, right? Yep, we can walk right up to it, Evan. Map author has that boundary right on the edge there. I think you can actually see that too. Is it F4? No, not F4, F5. Yep, F5, you can actually see where the map boundary is. Oh, it's actually a thick boundary too yet. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if that's something that changed back in Farming Simulator 22, everyone. I think it used to just be a plain type boundary. Yeah, well, whatever. Wonder if our fertilizer spreader's made it to its destination yet. Field 19, right? I do not see him on the map. I should probably go investigate this. Oh, and it occurs to me as well, when I just happen to think of something here. We hardly have any money right at the moment. If we're going to hire a worker, we are going to need some money, because I was planning on throwing a hired worker, at least on the fertilizing contract here. Let's back out here a minute. You're still going yet. Going to field 19. Where is he? That's a little weird. Why? What are we doing down here now? That's not right. We shouldn't be going this way. Okay, something apparently must be wrong with our auto drive route. Better investigate this one here a little bit a minute. Do we not have proper connecting line here? Well, sure would appear we do have one. If he's coming from the shop, which should have been down this line right here. Yeah, okay, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, that looks like it should have worked. It's not like this is the first time we use this either, I don't think. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. We'll try that again. Oh, by the way, a feature here someone told me about a while back. I haven't really used it a whole lot here yet. But there's a really cool curved line feature here with auto drive. So what you need to do, Evan, you click on your first waypoint like you normally do. You then mouse over your next one. So it'll highlight the line it's going to create there. And then you use your mouse wheel, Evan, to just increase or decrease the curve. So you can see I can go all the way. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Evan. I don't think you can go the other way, though, if I remember correctly, right? Nope. So it only goes that way. It won't go the opposite, which would make sense, right? I mean, you wouldn't really probably want to go the other way, but yeah, that is kind of a cool feature, Evan. So really cool there. Okay, turn you back on here a minute. And he should get back to field 19 here in a moment. Once he's there, we'll get him started up. Anyway, while we're at it, everyone, let's actually see if I got a GPS line that'll line up with us here or not. If not, let's take a moment here and actually record an AB line. So we're going to be probably like, I don't know, 359. See how that looks here in a minute. Looks like it's going to be pretty close. That way we can load up some comments here in a moment and see what you folks have to say. Nope, that line is not good. Nope, not quite. Further and further off here, aren't we? You know what? I think we're just gonna go ahead and record one. Let's set this up here. So let's set our A point. And I typically don't record GPS routes this way, but I usually just use the set A point and then set your angle. But with this map here, the angles are just, yeah, it's really hard to get an actual reading on these angles of, and you can get close, but not quite. So hopefully by setting an AB line, we'll actually be like, oh, maybe not quite perfect, but really close to it, hopefully. Obviously, when you record an AB line like this one, it takes a little bit longer because you got to set your A point. You then need to go to where you want the line to end, or at least a little ways. You don't necessarily have to go all the way, Evan. With that being said, though, the further you go, the more accurate I would say you can potentially make it. So we'll go to the other end here. We'll set our B point. And then obviously, you know, it's just a straight line between A and B, and that's your AB line. Anyway, to the comments here a moment. Norton was saying, nothing worse than a mod that doesn't work the way it's supposed to. I usually think that I'm doing something wrong and waste a bunch of time before I realize it's the mod's fault. First world problems, though. That's a very good point there, Norton. Very good point, yep. I don't know, I kind of get frustrated with that at times as well. You got this mod, or in the case like last episode, we're trying to fill up a seeder there. That is a modded seeder, and I'm pretty sure it's a modded seed tender as well. In this case, I mean, I don't think it's the seed tender's fault. But again, as you folks seen last episode, we could not get the covers to open. I don't know why one. No idea. But the covers won't open. And if the covers don't open, guess what? We can't fill the seeder with seed from our seed tenders. So, yeah, that was definitely slightly annoying. And obviously causes us to waste a lot more time than what really should be trying to mess around and figure out, like, what the heck, what am I doing wrong? Or, in this case, am I doing anything wrong? I don't know. Probably not. It's probably some mod's fault somewhere, or the mod itself, or something's at fault somewhere. I'm just not entirely sure what, right? Okay, it says we're like 358.3, huh? Let's get back in here, set our B point. Turn back around here. Let's lock onto the next line here a minute. And in theory, Evan, this line should line up quite perfectly here with the edge of this field. Curious to see what the actual angle on this is here. That doesn't seem quite right. 170. Oh, that's right. I'm facing the other way. Let me turn back around here a minute. I got all of the rest of my lines, 350. This is like 180, 180 degrees out, right? So, just a second. I want to see what this one actually is here a minute. Because I'm going to save this here a minute, too, everyone. Okay, so I know we went over this already. I just want to see the angle. We're looking at 357.4. So, 357 and a half. Go ahead and save that here a minute before I forget. So, 357. I don't think you can put a period in there, so I'll just do a dash. Oh, can I do a period? It says I can. I'm going to try it. You can. Okay, cool. I didn't think you could put a period in the name of them, but there we go. Excellent. I like that. Okay, and before I continue going down the rest of the way on this field, I'm actually going to finish up this headland here a minute. That's what I said before. It doesn't seem like you can actually quite get the exact angle on some of these fields here. And maybe I even should start like saving it by field name rather than angles. That way, okay, this is the one on field 13, so on and so forth. TDB 2042 is saying, I have a quick question regarding animals. I seem to remember in Farming Simulator 17 that the amount of feed was dependent upon the number of animals. Is that the same for 22? I thought I heard that in 22 it depends on the size of the pen. Can someone clarify this? Thank you. As far as I know, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in this, but it's still dependent on the number of animals you have. So, however many animals you have, that's how much feed you need. And it also is dependent on age. I don't know if that was a thing back in Farming Simulator 17 or not, but in 22 here, the older the animals get, the more feed they will require. And for those of you who watched, I think it was the last series we did, right? Yeah, the last series we did there on Prairie Farms, Michigan, where we had all those cows. That was definitely very, very obvious on that map with those cow barns, Evan. When the cows were young, we had no problem keeping up with the feed. But as the cows got older, the barns could not keep up or couldn't quite keep up with the amount of feed that the animals needed. Again, I'm in a modded barn, and the mod author obviously did not take the time to properly set up the numbers there, so it actually could keep the animals fully fed. Again, my presumption on that one, everyone, is someone, a mod author, took the in-game barn. They just bumped up the number of animals it could hold, but they never took the time to actually bump up the amount of feed the barn can make. Because, yeah, without that, it obviously doesn't work so good, right? Also, I just realized our spreading tractor. Is it there? Yes, he is. Let's go get him going here a minute. Completely forgot about him over here. Hopefully we have enough money here to hire the worker for this job. And hopefully I have enough fertilizer here too. I would think so. It's not that big of a field, so one headland should be enough. 20. Oh, okay. I know in the shop it said 18, but here it's saying basically 25 meters. I'm assuming there's probably a difference here between the fertilizer width and the lime width. More than likely, that's what we're seeing. A lot of the modded stuff, and a lot of times you don't see the mod authors taking the time to actually like give a lime width versus a wrong one, versus a fertilizer width, right? Usually they just make them both the same, keep it simple that way. Okay, back to weeding. Oh, wrong map. I was gonna say, where'd my tractor go? There it is. Okay, and I just looked over at the timer, and it looks like it is, unfortunately, time to wrap it up here this episode already. So on that note, if folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching, and until next time.